Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the wait, what tournament are we? StarCraft 2 Open Cup number 15 Asia, the ESL Cup. Every time they have a different name on it. Like they call it sometimes they call it the ESL Open, sometimes the Open Cup. Like on their bracket, they don't have the ESL thing.
Yeah, they go kind of back and forth, but the official name...
It's ESL Open Cup. Like,
yeah. That's the official one, but they go back and forth for a bunch of unofficial names.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm Steelmold. Steel like the metal, mold like the thing you put the metal in so that it retains its shape when it goes down. Joined here by our production manager, extraordinaire.
I'm Mr. Manager.
Mr. Manager himself, Yakuzaku.
Hello, how we doing?
The pug manager. Pagager, if you will. Would you like to do the intros?
I am here,
so
sure.
That I don't wake up the neighbors.
That sounds like a good idea. Here we have it in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire, L-E, E-E-L-E, or Ile, as I like to call it. E-E-L-E, obviously standing for Exuberant Explanations Lacking Evidence. Here we have the pink Terran. He is currently teamless, but is getting coached by Teja. You may have known him previously as top, but here he is, a GSL player. It is Kiwian. And in the top right-hand corner map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, it is our red Terran. All the way over in the lands of Korea. He is the #1 hype man, KR, representing Cosmos, or Team Cosmos. No, I think it's actually officially Cosmos Esports. Cosmos? No, Cosmos. It is Control.
It says Cosmos Esports on Wikipedia.
Yeah? But I mean, you know.
We've already established that official names don't exist in the scene.
Exactly.
Everyone just calls anything whatever they want.
Like e-gaming.
Like e-gaming, yeah. But e-gaming does have a CEO, so man, you know, they're serious.
It has a CEO and a president.
Yeah.
And a chairman. It's got all of it.
I think they need I think, like, Artosis should be like the spokesman.
The bespokesman?
Of e-game. The spokesman. Not bespoke man.
I follow.
That's it. That's all I had. That was the joke.
That's it.
Yaku, please.
That's all I had. Bespoke man.
Look. I went to sleep pretty late yesterday for reasons. And then I woke up in the middle of the night because I had a dream that I'm on a train and I'm trying to find the bathroom.
Alright, we've evolved from buses. Anyway, speaking of trains, Kiwian is starting to move in with his pain train. Although not quite as potent as I would have thought.
It's an inconvenience.
It's an inconvenience. It's more of an inconvenience. Exactly.
It's a pain go-kart. More
It's a kind of train where you go in and you can't really find a bathroom.
Yeah. No, in my defense, it was a freight train.
Oh, wouldn't you just go
on the
off
freight
side?
train, there was a car that was for like personnel, which is like a passenger train. But
so
the
not
bathroom in there
Hellion.
was weird because it didn't actually. It was odd. I don't know how to describe it because I couldn't quite understand where I'm supposed to be.
It was like a cyclone.
It was like a weird design.
Like
and
a
then
cyclone.
And then I woke up and watched Battle of the Americas for a bit, and memed a little, and then I woke up at 5 a.m. So you know, I'm awake. Is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Kiwian trying to poke in against Control here, but not quite getting damage. Actually, both of them only lost one Reaper so far. They're both controlling their units pretty well.
Yeah, but Control had a very early scout. Did manage to see that it was two double gas 1-1, and decided to go into invest a lot into his defenses much earlier. Obviously, getting that bunker up, trying to get as many Marines as he can, and now it's time for the counterattack.
Oh, it drops
it should do a
outside
lot.
of the range of the tank, which is pretty good, but it doesn't have a lot of Marines, as in one. He's down to one. So...
Yep, not much of a buffer here, and we do see that the auto turret will be able to clean that out without much of an inconvenience there. Most of the SCVs for Kiwian, he only lost one.
He lost one SCV
there.
and one Marine, and Control lost one tank and 4 Marines. So that's that drop did not. It was a smart idea, but he went in there blind.
And now he's gonna do it again.
All right, let's see. Is going towards the main. This might be a lot better because Kiwian doesn't have defenses here.
That it
doesn't
will.
that scouter.
But will it be?
But
yeah, that should be. That drop should go quite a bit better than this drop into the main. But the main thing to worry about right now is that's basically all that Control had in his base in terms of defense. He does have a tank in the high ground over back at home.
Yeah,
that should help a little bit. But with the Ravens,
with the bunker and the tank, he will be able to buy time.
Buy time for I don't know. These Ravens have enough energy for a disable. Soon it's gonna go up to 2. All right, now there are 2 tanks
now and a Liberator. But the Liberator might get shut
Well,
up.
he had a Liberator. Tanks are not siege just yet, but these Ravens are in a bit of trouble here. They do not want to get sniped by the Marines, but they do. Disables one of the tanks right there, and he should be able to get the bunker down.
But Control is going for the drop in Kiwian's main now, so...
And there's not much here, but it's only 4 Marines. Alright, Kiwian decides to pull away. He does not want to risk too much in trying to surround that tank. But he will use these SCVs as a buffer. Like so.
Actually,
he's not repairing his own tank, but it doesn't matter. It does manage to take it out, takes out the medevac as well, and clears out his main base. Meanwhile, over back at Control side of the map.
10 SCVs there. So that's not exactly the best of trades. And he still has this really good position sieging on Control. He's got the air advantage with the Vikings and the Raven. The Raven is pretty much injured. Control really wants to take it down.
Almost dead is what I think what you mean. Oh, the Vikings not focusing. The Vikings not focusing. The Viking has focused, but that should have bought enough time.
The Raven, but Kiwian still has the air advantage with all them Vikings.
And it really is the important part here in basically any TvT when it's biotech versus biotech. All right, here come the boys. And will it be enough? There isn't a lot of a buffer here for Kiwian. Control should be able to take this out. Reinforcements have started to come in, but they do get taken out quickly. Good control there by Control. But he did lose a couple more SCVs and perhaps... No, yeah,
not too bad. Not too bad. It could have been a lot worse.
And now he's not too... And even still, he's not too far behind in terms of the worker count. He's ahead in the army supply. He got a head start in terms of the upgrades. It's still anyone's game right now, especially considering Control has a third base, whereas Kiwian does not.
Yeah, Kiwian is building the third
finishing
base,
now.
and Control is already setting it up. So Control will be able to catch up in worker count pretty easily here.
Alright, here comes a counterattack from Control. His combat shield is just about to finish with this, and he is going to be at least trying to get some reinforcements there. Or just build them up at home for the time being and all army them later. Kiwian is pulling away from his third. He thinks that Control is going to move in. Oh, he went to defend against these Vikings. But that might not be enough. That might have just been the mistake that Control needed to take advantage of there.
Yeah, his tanks are sieging up first.
But Kiwian does still have the air advantage.
The mines are already taking damage.
And Control can't quite push in here. He has already lost one medevac.
Yeah, he pulled away with the Marines as well as the medevac, which is a bit iffy.
Goodbye, tanks.
Yeah, and still Control not making any Vikings. He's going to lose the air war here.
I kind of like what Control is going for in theory, but I don't think it's going to work out in practice.
I like it in theory.
No, I like it in theory because the idea that Control is trying to go for, or at least what I think Control is trying to go for, is he has his position, his siege position here, right? He doesn't really want to push into there. He wants to go for some drops into other positions. He wants to overwhelm Kiwian with...
Kiwian is pushing back.
He is pushing back, but the tanks are enough to take out the Bio here. Will the Vikings be enough, though? I don't think it will.
There's some Marines coming in from the back, and it looks like
it's a good surround, but not quite enough. Kiwian's going to drop on top of the tank. And that's about enough to completely wipe this out for Control. Control had to do damage there, or was planning to take out that third, but was not quite able to do it. Meanwhile, Control going for a bit of a doom drop here. Where is that
really
rally to?
I really don't like that. Doesn't have any
rally to. I don't either. I like the idea behind it, but I don't like how it's actually working out.
You have to win the air war, then you win the tank war, then the Marines don't die.
Well, that's when you're getting into later stage of the game, when it's still in the early mid sort of stage.
This is not the later. This is this stage of the game.
Yeah, and by this point of the game,
Marines, Vikings.
Yeah, at this point of the game, you do need the Ravens, but you know, I like what Control was going for in theory.
I don't like it in theory.
Well, you don't play the game, so.
Yeah, so all I know is the theory, so trust me. Okay, this is gonna get cleaned up. The orbital command is on fire, but I mean, Kiwian has lost a lot of SCVs here, though. Lost about 30 in this attack.
That he has in Control. You know, he hasn't been slouching behind us. He has been macroing up. He has been getting his economy up, getting his production.
72 SCVs now.
And he is just starving Kiwian out, or trying to. Pretty soon. See, this is where the theory of Control is starting to come into effect. So he is about to go in. There is only one tank here, but he still has to respect that bio buffer. And Kiwian, or Control, cannot push into this position. So instead, he's going to try to go into another position.
No, use the Vikings. Push the thing away. There we go.
Alright, top is starting to come in. That's a good concave there, and a pretty good split up. I am really liking Kiwian's Control throughout this game with his bot.
It's doing a lot of damage.
It is doing a lot of damage there, but Kiwian, he is. I'm liking his positioning with his bio.
No,
he's fanning it out,
like
spreading it a lot.
Here's why I don't like it, because Kiwian lost a lot in order to do this, and Control can afford to lose all these units.
That he could.
Unlike Kiwian.
That he could. But when you look at the actual what he was doing there.
No, it was really good control by Kiwian.
Yeah, exactly. The control was really good, but the overall strategy.
Yeah, but what about Kiwian?
Not that good. You see, that's like the thing that they talk about, right? When it comes to generaling, you know, you can have like really good tactics and really good strategies, but logistics plays a big role as well.
Yeah. Alright. Control is dropping in again, but this time he's dropping into the third base of Kiwian. Well, Kiwian is dropping into the fourth base of Control. Yep,
he has also just about lost that planetary. Meanwhile, Control not really being able to do much there. He dropped his load and then pulled his medevacs away.
Yeah, and he lost his fourth base, so now they're starting to even out.
Of a lot of SCVs behind that as well.
Yeah, he lost 14 or something. 13 or 14 SCVs.
2014? That was a good year.
Control.
Well, no, that was a terrible year. That was the first of the disaster years.
Yako, please. This is not the first of the disaster years. We've had disasters long before 2014.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the first disaster year was 2014 BC. Or even before that.
Basically, the first year we've had disasters is the first year we started recording years. Because we've had disasters before that.
Alright, Control is looking like he might want to end this. Kiwian, who was so patient behind this, taking incremental leads, might just have enough to face the, what earlier would have been a terrifying army from Control. But now, Kiwian has what it takes to fight this on even footing, especially with the Viking count.
Yeah.
And he's going in to Control's third base. Gonna be able to take out these supply depots as well. There is only one tank, but Kiwian does still have to respect that. The air control has been taken out here by by Control.
Yeah.
We have no control. You do not understand.
Sniping out medivacs.
Or at least trying to. That's a lot of medivacs and only 4 Vikings. Still more Vikings than Control has.
Could use a repositioning of his tanks to pressure Control a little bit more. But
yeah, he could.
I'm guessing he's concentrating on the attack upstairs in the north, trying to deny that fourth base.
Yeah, it's between that and
out.
not really knowing.
The fourth base is being set.
What the Venn diagram is. Well, it's more moving out to secure this. He's going to make sure that his planetary can finish building there.
He's bringing his forces home, Kiwian, to push on Control's forces here.
Yep, he knows that he cannot push into that fourth location for much longer, so he'd much rather have a more potent defense here. And here it comes. Yeah. Where's the fanning? Where's the concave, Kiwian? You need that concave, and there it goes. He's losing a lot of Marines to that. Here come the reinforcements behind it, and he is kind of taking the fight, but at the same time, alright, he is taking out the Marine count of Control, and now he's taking out the tanks. Kiwian has once again secured his position, but what worries me is that he has not been able to take a fourth base behind this.
He's throwing his Marines away like a World War I general.
That he is.
Do I move my siege tanks one by one and inch forward and make sure I have the air advantage constantly because I have more Vikings? No, you take all your Marines and you steam them forward.
And what worries me now for Kiwian is you can see him moving his orbital into fourth base location. He has not really been able to expand behind this. It's a little worrisome. It's good that he's doing that, but it's a little worrisome that he had to do that instead of making a fresh base.
Yeah.
But that might not matter in. Kiwian is looking to end the game, and one way or another, this game will end pretty soon. Control is taking this natural location of Control, making there are no tanks here to really secure it as he moves in to get it. And Control cannot move into Kiwian's tank siege right now. Kiwian has full control of this natural, but he is not respecting the tank in Control's main.
There are also tanks on the third base, which are shelling up. Oh, and he's going to drop this.
Oh, here comes the drop. This might be disastrous right now for Kiwian. And it looks like it is. I can't really tell who's getting the better hand. It looks like Control has taken the advantage here.
Yeah, but this is very back and forth. They just can't really do game-ending damage here.
No, even after not.
Even every time, like Control loses SCVs, then he comes back. Kiwian loses 30 SCVs, comes back. Control loses a fourth base, comes back. Kiwian loses all of his army, comes back. This is a. I think it all comes down to the fact that they're just throwing away a lot of units every one of these engagements, because they're being quite impatient. I think
a little bit
for TvT.
A little bit. They're definitely not doing the traditional. We slowly siege our tanks for it. We slowly take a gentleman's fight and whatnot. But it comes back to what I think Control wanted to do this game. He wanted to get a good position to siege his tanks up, and then go for multi-pronged drops to try to starve Kiwian out, but hasn't really been able to do that. And Kiwian, once he was able to break out of the contains, went for the counterattacks, and unfortunately was met with the defenses of Control. But here comes the massive army of Control. It is about 30 supply higher than Kiwian's. He also has a better upgrades. Yeah, he can't really move in. He has a better upgrades, but the positional fight. Okay, this might be it. There is only one tank, and he is moving in with his bio ball. But now the tanks cannot really fire in from the high ground. Yes, it can, because there is a single Viking there for Kiwian. But he's taking it out. This tank on the low ground for Kiwian cannot really press itself, and Control is moving forward. I think we might. Well, it's hard to call because it's a TvT, but Control is really starting to take control of this game at this point. He hasn't quite won it, but he does have control.
And Kiwian is starting to get Kiwian.
Kiwian is trying to get on top, but not quite being able to do it.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Dank Eschen.
Kiwian is getting control, and control is getting on top. It's
yeah.
And we have another stalemate here.
Yeah,
20 minutes into the game.
This time, Control is starting to make Vikings. He is not going for the multi-prong that he wanted to earlier. So he is trying to just push into this position.
Look at the units lost tab. They are very equal in terms of
they are very
lost
well.
resources here.
Control has lost a lot, or Kiwian, sorry, Control has lost a lot more gas so far this game.
Yeah, 600 gas at this point of the game. It's not that consequential.
Yeah, at this stage of the game where they both have the rich gas geyser, doesn't really mean much. All right, Control has given up on that position. He is going to try to find somewhere else to push in. Kiwian is just breaking out. He is trying to get as many resources as he can before Control really can. He's trying to get on top of that economy.
Mm-hmm. Doctors! Woo!
I landed Vikings? Okay, Control. If you want to.
It should be like a battle cry or something. Battle quack.
A battle quack. I've been saying that.
Ducklings.
Alright, we might see a little bit of an awkward base trade here. What do we have for defense? Kiwian with not much at home, a bunch of Marines and a tank. But Control with nothing back at home. He's losing his Vikings! He's landing them, and that was not the right call.
Both of them are losing the bases, though. Yeah, it's gonna be a full-on base trade.
Alrighty then.
Okay. Now this game is getting interesting.
Now it is. Alright, I think I favor Control slightly right now, as he does have the Vikings, but he's landed them, though. He is leaving them so vulnerable, and he's lost the Vikings. Nope, never mind. He lifts the Vikings.
They both have stuff to defend at home, though.
Yeah, Control is losing a lot of Marines here, but not losing more than what's necessary. Meanwhile, Kiwian, he's taking it pretty slow.
Control manages to camp Kiwian's production, but Kiwian hasn't really broke Control's production, so Control is able to continuously produce while this is going on.
I think Control has just about come up on top.
But he doesn't have any mining bases at the moment. Only this far one, which Kiwian is going to destroy if he.
And that's a real chicken and egg there, isn't it? Which is more important, mining income or production?
I mean, as long as Kiwian's production is still surviving here, because he does have a few production buildings still alive, and he's still producing.
He also technically has his orbital command. He could lift that. Or just
neither of them mining gas at the moment, though.
Well, at this stage of the game, that really doesn't matter. It's the
Because
apocalypse.
an extra tank.
It doesn't. Really... Mass Marine is really what you want at this stage of the game. Extra tank can definitely help when it's tank versus tank, but when you come down to it,
trying to clear the high ground, but
the Mass Marine.
Okay, now it's clear, but he still has the medivacs for higher.
Kiwian has a higher army supply and worker supply, and he's left quite a bit of his production still alive.
And he just made a new tank. See, that's important.
How?
And Control is down to 2 fully mined out bases, while Kiwian has 2 freshly mining bases. He can make stuff.
Yeah, they're about to be in the middle of the map. This is gonna be, or this should be the final fight. There is nothing to heal these wounded Marines, but I don't think that's really gonna matter at this stage.
Kiwian has 1 medivac that's fully
drained.
Fully drained.
Oh, there's another one. It's a fresh medivac.
Control does have more medivacs and more energy, though.
Alright, Kiwian, he's trying to take a good position here, and he does get a couple of volleys off. Shaving out the Marine count, and that's really important at this stage of the game. Who's gonna win? There are tanks here, but not that many, but Kiwian is moving into them. GG is called! Wowee, what an end to that game.
Would we be surprised if all the first matches have finished
before. Well, we did decide to go for the Korean TvT.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Smart. That's smart.
Should have expected that.
Yeah, Probe is already waiting on them. Whoever wins this is going to face the Australian Protoss.
Yeah. That's really gonna be what's gonna stretch
a lot
it.
of the first round matches are finished already.
Well, that's.
I mean, to be fair, in the first round you do have a lot of players who are much.
Yeah, a bit of an imbalance in terms of.
Yeah, there's a lot
skill.
of imbalanced matches in terms of skill, so it's not surprising that some of them end up really quickly. Yeah, this one is they're pretty.
And you know what, Steel? I didn't think that this was going to be super one-sided, but I definitely thought that Kiwian, with his experience, right, would have had. He did win that first game, but I thought it would have been a bit less close. I didn't think it would go down to the base race.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it just goes to show, you know, Kiwian, the old guard, he's going up against Control, who's really been a rising star here in Korea. Maybe not as obvious because he hasn't really qualified for that many premier offline events, but in terms of the online events, he's really been giving it a real go, giving the top players in Korea right now a run for their money.
Yeah, and as you can see, they're pretty even matched. They're pretty evenly matched.
I gotta stop you right there, Seal. Did you just see what was put in-game chat?
Vivaldi 2-0 Joey.
Now the question is that Go Joey? Because it's a profile picture of him, but he is also representing Laos.
Ah.
So nobody knows if that's Go Joey or not.
Is it possible that it's not Joey and you're just being racist?
No, because Go Joey has used that specific profile for one thing. I think.
Okay.
Unless, maybe I am racist.
It's okay, you're Asian. Kind of.
Kind of?
You wanna hype up these players?
In the top left-hand corner of the map, Swatix. Yeah, speaking of Asians, in the top left-hand corner of Simulac Rum, your heart fidelity LE by the sea 2 for 3 with me, Bud E. Here we have it in the top left-hand corner of the map, starting in the top left-hand corner of the map. It is gonna be our pink Terran. Very much the old guard of Korean StarCraft 2. He's been playing since the olden days of Wings of Liberty until MVP yeeted him into retirement. Recently came back into the GSL and was able to show off some really good stuff here. And he's been showing off some really good stuff here in the ESL Open Cup as well. Can he make it far here today? It is currently teamless, but coached by Teja. Give it up for... You knew him as top. Now he is Kiwian. Keep slapping my mic. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, signing in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, a rising talent here in the Korean scene. He is the #1 hype man, KR. He is representing Team Cosmos. No, wait, Cosmos? Cosmos Paul Lighton Esports. It's Control.
No.
And we do see quite a bit of a difference here. Kiwian going to be playing it a bit more aggressive with that double gas. Control, take it safe with a traditional Reaper expand.
I think it's pretty much what they did in the previous game as well. They had that little bit of differentiation, but it doesn't make a lot of difference. Yeah, to be fair, because the timings on when you saturate your natural are pretty much the same.
Yeah, the main difference is going to be in terms of the dynamic. Like, you know, one player wants to be a little bit more aggressive and trying to, you know, get a little bit of an economic lead in addition to their scout, whereas the other player going to be playing it a bit more safe, going to be a bit more defensive. But yeah, in terms of the economy, it doesn't make that much of a difference, but it can if the defender isn't defending well.
In terms of the kind of how much units you have, it's not all that big of a difference either. Because even though you have the factory a little earlier, see,
well, you're thinking long term.
It's not actually making much of it because you just don't have it yet.
Yeah, you're thinking long term.
You'll get the starport a little earlier. You might get a cyclone out a little earlier if you see something crazy going on in your enemy's base. It's a bit safer, but
yeah, you're thinking long term. Whereas this is really much just the very early game openings. Where
but Kiwian even in the game,
where Kiwian is gonna try to see if he can take an advantage, and if he can, then he'll go for it. But if he can't, then go back.
It's not aggressive though. Like it's not like you're.
It's more aggressive than a Reaper expand. It's more aggressive than a Reaper expand.
No, I think it's more like it gives you a little more
aggressive
options.
Exactly, that's the point.
But that's not necessarily aggressive, is what I'm saying.
No, but it gives you the option to be aggressive if you see an opportunity.
Yeah. you always have the options to go aggressive. It's just, it gives you the options to be also a little more defensive. Your Cyclone comes out much earlier in case your enemy goes with a Glove Banshee or something, you know. You got just, there's more options you can have for things to do with the informations you gather on your enemy in the scout. I'm sure my sentence made sense in my head. I don't know how much of it translated.
Well, you see the thing that you want, Steel. You want options. You want options. That's why you want to do this build. It's gonna give you options. You know, with the options, you get the stonks.
The stonks are very important in StarCraft.
You need the stock options.
That's just Yaku. I've been looking at all the internet memes about StarCraft, and one thing I learned is just the stonks are very important. You gotta get stonks. More stonks is better.
And
that is one thing I know.
And the best way to get more stock, Steel, is to make sure that you make sure you keep your options open. You want to diversify.
Yeah, but however, if you go with a more economical opening, you have definitely more stonks in the long run.
Sometimes it's better to keep it safe and make sure that you're investing and keep your investment and make sure that you know what you're investing in so that you can get your stonks up in that one stonk.
Yeah, I bought 2 stonks in biodiversity for fight fuel, and I have stonks. I have more stonks now.
Oh man, we can see Kiwian right now. This is our economic expert. He's getting the stonks into the Banshee right now.
Yeah, he's totally stonking on Control right now.
But you know what, Control? He made a safe investment there. He got the Raven stonk, and now he's taking out that Banshee.
Totally stonked. Yeeted out of existence. Welcome to the Boomercast with Steelmold and Yakuzaku.
How did we go so far into r/fellow kids material? How do you do, my fellow Generation Z?
Because Yaku, it's
how do we do, my...
Nothing is happening. Yaku, it's a TvT when nothing is happening.
No, we started out making sense, and then later on we just went full, how do you do, fellow kids?
There's a whole, like... stalemate TvT ahead of us. This is just 6 minutes out of 30. They're even being less aggressive than the first game. They're just harassing with Liberators and Banshees. It's gonna be a while before this game kicks in.
No, I mean what? So what you're saying is the stagnation led to dementia, and we went from being the fellow kids to being the how do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, it's anti-stonks. That's what happens. That's the God damn it, there's a word for it. Recession. That's fuck me.
Right.
See, I am old. I am losing my ability to use words effectively. not that I had, all that well. There's always the debate whether my brain is deteriorating or whether I was always like this and I'm just noticing now.
Well, would you not argue that being able to notice it means that your brain is a symptom? Being less able to cover.
Maybe it's not deteriorating. Maybe the fact that I'm noticing means
maybe
that
we're getting woke. Alright, the tanks have been taken out from Control here in this drop, and so it's just going to be Marines. Stim is nowhere near complete, so this drop is not going to be able to do as much damage as Control
It is
really
a
wants to.
though. We've got in the natural, the Raven is going to.
This Raven has already gotten 5 kills, 6 kills, and 7 kills. 2 Marines and 5 SCVs, I want to say. But Control or Kiwian not really taking too much there. Control actually taking more resources gone, but this was meant to set up his push. But look at his siege line from Kiwian. Moving into a choke point. Control is and realizes, nope, I gotta get out of there. That is not stonks.
This attack started by sniping a medivac full of tanks. So, yeah. Not exactly the trade Control was hoping for. Yeah, both of them just staying at home, to being the defensive, even more so than the previous game.
Yeah, Control trying to poke in, trying to take an initiative, but not being able to find it. Here comes another massive drop coming out from Control. And
he seems to like the drops, the big 4 medivac drop.
And you know what, Steel? I like what I'm seeing, but I'm not sure.
He's got the oh wait, that's a red one? What?
That's Control's own Marine. It was put there. It was put there before the sensor tower because Control wanted to get some scouting there. You know, make sure that Kiwian isn't setting much up.
I thought it was Kiwian's Marine. Like, why would Control ever put a Marine?
Well, it was before. It was there because it was before he set up the sensor tower. So
maybe as a bad at that location. He wants to make sure whether he got a 4th base or not. It's something that I might do. Like, I'll put more.
Right, here comes the Doom drops, and there's no defense here. This is dangerous and deadly right now for Kiwian. They are sieging up. But here comes a concave being set up here from Kiwian in the air and the ground. But the double
Vikings, but where the Marines?
The E-base have been taken out. Kiwian is not gonna have upgrades for quite some time.
Yeah, the medivacs are being taken out.
That was a brilliant defense here from Kiwian.
Only lost about 5 or 6 SCVs in here. Worth mentioning, Control
in doing so,
is running ahead in walk count though.
That he is, and he does have his 4th base already set up. Gonna be turning that into a planetary very, very soon, and gonna be saturating that. Kiwian does kind of have a hunch for this and goes in for the counterattack. He knows that Control probably can't have too much back at home, but meanwhile, there's a reason why Control doesn't have much at home, and it's because of this.
Yeah. Kiwian trying to deny... Well, kill a base here, basically. That's the goal.
What happened to that sensor tower here from Kiwian? I guess it burnt down. Oh, it got sniped by the not the Nidus, the Cyclone. And meanwhile, here comes the real Doom drop into the main. Kiwian knows it's do or die.
This is bad.
This is the base trade that we were promised.
Yeah, this is coming way earlier than I expected.
Oh, he's stimming up the ramp. He's stimming up the ramp. He's stimming up the ramp into 3 tank steel. Is that the best use? Good starter stepping here from Kiwian, and he does actually take out all of the tanks there.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a lot of foothold,
but back at home.
The Vikings back. Control's production is all but gone.
Kiwian is...
Kiwian's production is all but gone. Control's production is still pumping.
Yeah, he's trying to take a foothold here in the natural, but I don't think he can really secure that. Meanwhile, the Marines are starting to stim down, and they are taking... Yeah, gotten rid of the Vikings, and they're getting rid of the tanks as well. Kiwian has a better tank count, but he can't make use of it. GG, Control. Came out on top.
No, top. I mean, yeah, he is on top. Technically. On Kiwian.
And Pro's gonna have to wait.
Well, no, actually they're sideways now. So neither one is on top, and neither one is in control.
This is accurate.
They're both sideways, 1-1, as I like to call it.
How does that affect the stonks?
The stonks are evened out right now. Neither player is overstonked. Neither player is understonked. They are both equally stonked.
Why do I try to update chat?
Stanked, actually.
They stink?
Stanked. No, stink is down, stonk is up, stank is sideways. I don't know. I'm making shit up now. I am a meme generator, Yaku. I have to do my role here, my job.
Solar.
I already released a meme into the wild yesterday.
Steel, as we all know, really up on top amongst the urban culture, urban youth culture.
Yeah, I've had Crichton use the problem of Mutalisk collective noun.
I saw that clip. I was very.
On stream.
I saw that clip. I was very, very proud.
The meme is officially out there.
It's for public use. It's out there for public use.
If we have some ZVZs, we can further use it today.
Yep.
Yeah, Prob is still waiting for in the next round. He's been waiting for like 20 minutes now. And let's see who else. We also have Solar and Hyperion on this side of the bracket.
Actually, as Renegade X has just informed us, Solar took out Hyperion 2-0 and will face the winner of Probe and Korean Terran.
So we have our 2 matches ahead of us, waiting all the way to the quarterfinals.
We planned this out.
This is what you get when you get TvT for the first match between 2 equal
It was
players.
all planned.
Alright, I see them in lobby, but we're not getting an invite?
I have not been invited. There are a lot of casters out now who are looking for a game to cast, so it's probably gonna be we're probably gonna be sharing this final lobby with a lot of people. You know, make sure it's 1 meter apart.
Yeah, we have to just have social distancing.
Stave?
Have social
Observe.
distancing. Right, I'm getting in.
Sick.
Jumping in.
Thanks for the invite control. Hey, all right. They're starting with just us.
I was asking them to. I was about to ask them to wait, but never
well,
mind.
They are a bit anxious, and you know, I appreciate it. Thanks, control. It's hashtag exclusivity.
No, I just feel bad for other casters who are left without something to cast. I don't know.
They're gonna have to fill in, especially considering that this is a TvT. They're gonna be filling in a lot of time.
They're gonna be waiting, you know.
Alrighty then. Well, speaking of Korean TvT, here we have it in the top left-hand corner map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Nightshade LE, otherwise known as Belladonna. Here we have the Pink Terran, all the way in the lands of Korea. He is part of the oldest of guards until he got yeeted into retirement by MVP. He is back now. Well, he's been back for a while as a streamer, but he is back in competitive play now, coming off of that GSL group. You knew him as top, but we know him now after rebranding as Kiwian. Currently teamless. And in the bottom right-hand corner map, starting in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, the Rising Star. He's rising so fast into the stars that he is representing Cosmos. He is the Red Terran, also all the way from Korea. He is number 1 hype man KR. He is Control.
Yeah, they're always shouting his name when, like, when there's a fight.
Yeah, they're like, yeah,
You know,
go,
control,
go, control.
And they're like, man, it's really popular.
My control good. Yes, MMA. He's a good boy.
like that MC just shouting at MMA what is quote unquote coaching him.
MC is like, go back, go back, be safe. And MMA's like, no, my control is good.
You're so bad.
That might have been my favorite thing to come out of 2018. You know, screw the Cyril and the Maru victories. Nah, man, the real historic moment was MC
the
coaching
real MVP
MMA
was not,
and MMA
MVP
coaching
was
MC.
MMA.
Yeah, MMA and MC coaching one another.
No, it was MC coaching MMA, and then he was coaching Rifkin. Which...
No, MMA also quote unquote coached MC, but MC just ignored everything that MMA had to say. my favorite part of that was when MMA said, "Go scan, dude, or scout. You need to scout. What are you doing?" And MC is basically just saying, "No, brain power." And then it turned out they were doing exactly what MC thought they were doing.
Well, you know, there's a reason he's
brain
the big
power.
Guy.
A boss toss, if you will. Oh, control! That wall was not a wall. And control does eventually get in, get a good little scout, but not really going to be getting any damage done. No delays on anything. Does eventually make it out with both of his Reapers alive, but in TvT, I feel like that's... Well, that's not fair. I feel like the
SCVs do have jetpacks. Why can't SCVs jump over cliffs? They do have jetpacks.
Well, here's the thing. Their jetpacks are very low yield.
Then what are they jumping over?
They're not jumping over anything. They're just sort of hovering. You know. They just need enough to hover them. They can't produce enough to thrust them.
Back. They're actually pushing them forward. It's like weird.
Yeah.
It's a propulsion.
Yeah, it's propulsion, but it's not, it's not a very powerful propulsion.
Alright, Reaper's coming in again. Gonna get 1 kill.
Yeah, it does switch to get 2 there. I just realized that throughout this entire series they haven't had game hard on.
Yeah, I know. I've been counting on the units lost time.
Yeah.
Or just counting them on screen, like I did now. Because I'm a professional caster and I don't need no game hard to tell me how many SCVs died.
But it would be appreciated, players.
I do actually.
It would be appreciated, though, players, if you were to do that. Alright, Kiwian started to move in. He does it in map control, and he does have a decent force to push in, but control. He's in control of his defenses, man. He has spread out his marines. He's got his cyclone as well. Kiwian wanted to go for a scout, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that, so he is going back.
He's on top of his production.
Yeah,
so
he wanted to go for a scout, but realized it's probably too late. So he's going to focus on not reacting and rather playing more active.
Right. Quite a later third base from Kiwian, though.
Well, compared to his previous games, it's a little early, but yeah. In this game, compared to Control, it is quite late. There is already a cyclone, and it has locked on. This is not going to do much.
I was about to say there's a liberator drop, but then I remember they don't. I mean, if you can call the ballistics thing, laser thingy, drop, then then drop. They drop in lasers.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, but yeah. You know what would be cool for a Terran ability? The Rod from God. I basically want to imagine. Maybe not in multiplayer, but I want to imagine, maybe in co-op, have the ability to just drop a metal rod from the space, and it would do a lot of AoE, massive AoE damage.
That's what what's-her-face has in co-op.
Yeah.
When she
throws
down
Nova?
Mirahan?
Mirahan?
Yeah, she has the thing when she drops like buildings, she drops orbital commands on units.
That's pretty cool. Well, as you can tell, I don't play that stupid game mode.
See, I remember very useless pieces of information about StarCraft every now and again. Because I've never played...
You're kind of like the information fairy, but also not.
The information... I'm the information goblin. I'm digging weird information, weird fungus of information in caves that's not really relevant. No one wants to know.
Anyways,
the information goblin.
would you like to see my wares?
Goblin has wares if you have coin.
Knowledge, information is power. It can be yours.
And then you
for
look
a
at it and
price.
it's like, this is not good facts,
It's
actually.
like, no refunds.
Yes, but they're no refunds. It's a bundle of facts. Most of them are memes. And they're not well researched.
Alright. Speaking of research, Kiwian, after much scanning, realizes he can't quite push that position. He's gonna try to regroup, but he's not giving up here. Oh, but this could be huge! The anti-armor missile is going down, but Control is not focusing on it. He move command, or not move command, A-moved, and he went straight into what Kiwian wanted him to. Focus on the bio, and that's a big
Going
owie.
down for Kiwian. Yeah, what's the important thing is the attack stopped.
I suppose it is.
Kiwian
But
has a
man-
third base. Control.
Exactly, Control. He played right into Kiwian's hand there. He sent in the anti-armor missile, right? And he wanted to, I think he wanted to target fire, but he A-moved a little too much. The Marines focused on the bio, and so the tanks, even though they were Doritoed, they were still able to take out the bio force of Control, and that was the biggest recession in stonks.
Alright, now Control is pushing forward. And Kiwian will step back, realizing he's just going to lose these units if he stays. He's already laid the third quite a lot. Despite the fact that he made the third way later than Control, he's actually setting it up earlier, and he has the higher.
It's full saturated. Exactly. This is gonna take a while for Control to really get on top of the economy. But he does have the upgrade advantage for now. I imagine that Control, he's gonna go back into what he likes to do throughout this entire series and just go for some drops and try to harass Kiwian. But for now, he doesn't quite have the production to do that. He is keeping it safe, gonna be staying at home. Here comes the load up of tanks, and that's actually a lot of tanks being loaded into those medevacs. So this could be a very potent drop. Kiwian is setting up for this, because here come the turrets.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
time we
man.
are setting up for a lot
I
of
agree.
TvT, it seems. There's the Doom drop for Control.
That's
Moving
a
out.
lot of everything going down.
Kiwian saved his Marines on the other side of the map. They're still on the fourth base location there for Control.
Yep,
So,
just gonna have a bit of a spot, doing a little bit of spotting there. Also gonna be trying to lay a fourth base if Control decides to go for that location. Alright, here comes the drop, but the turrets are already up. The turrets are already up, Steel. The turrets are already up.
Yeah.
The turrets are
More
already
turrets
up and they're
are
about to
being
be...
made as well.
Oh no.
Some of them are going to be finished. These medevacs will probably not live here alive.
Oh, but this is a pretty good position. Only one turret is firing, and Control, he is moving in. Quick reactions coming in from our Red Terror player, and he decides to take advantage and grab a foothold here on top of the ramp. Just about the best location that Control could have taken here.
But there are Vikings for Kiwian. It's going to take care of the
There are
medevacs.
Vikings. There's a lot of bio, and they're attacking from the high ground and the low ground. And this has been cleaned up. This was a little bit surprising there. I really thought that Control might have been able to press his advantage, but yeah, he's also getting cleared out by the third base. That was a very expensive investment from Control, and that did not lead in any substantial returns.
Yeah, it did not do a lot of damage. I'm not sure how many SCVs died, but Kiwian lost 14 SCVs in total this game, so not that significant.
No, it was not, and that fourth base, it's starting to go in. That's very worrisome right now for Control, because in the previous games you could have always said, Kiwian, you know, Control rather, he's been throwing away units, but he was always getting an advantage in terms of his economy. You can't really say that here in game number 3, the ace match, the game that really matters. And yeah, it's a little worrisome. We will have to see how this plays out. We are setting up for a long TvT where anything can happen.
Yeah, Control is just ramping up his bioproduction.
And you can't really blame him. That's the best unit in StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
And definitely what you want in a late game TvT, according to main art. Or not according to main art, according to Pig.
According to Pig what?
Marines. That's the best unit, the unit that you want in a late game TvT.
Yeah.
A lot of Marines. You actually want even less tanks in the late game.
Because they're kind of like really good Zerglings.
They are.
They're a cheap unit. Anything you trade for Marines is good.
Exactly. The idea behind that is they're a really good elastic defense and they're super cheap. It doesn't matter if they get taken out. They're mobile. They can defend one area and then move on to defend another, and then go for a counterattack.
Shoot down tremendous amount of DPS when they're in numbers and stimmed. A bit squishy. You want to be careful with them. You don't want to send them out to die in front of tanks constantly.
They are cheap.
But they are cheap to replace. Make a lot of them at a time.
So you're sitting out in front of tanks. This is very worrisome, but Kiwian or Control does not commit. And Kiwian's going for the counterattack.
Yep. Control is going for a drop though. Into the main. It does get scouted. It's followed by Vikings.
Trying to chase him down. Oof, those tanks.
All over the place.
But not where it really matters, Steel.
Yeah,
it's an exposed main base, and the tanks have been sieged.
Yeah. Kiwian brought all of his army back home to defend against this. It looks like he will be able to.
And this was a pretty good move from Control, I would say, because it buys Kiwian time. But if you just look at the army supply, it is falling really fast for Control. And Kiwian did not lose that much. But just as quickly as it plummets, Control is starting to rebuild that 12 Marines at a time.
Now look at the units lost.
That's a lot of numbers.
Different from what something different than we saw in the previous game. Because this time Control is not trading well.
Look at that gas difference. That's a lot of gas.
That's a lot of 12 tanks and 10 medivacs lost. That's a bunch.
And you know what's important to note is our Nightshade. There's no rich Resvine guys or like there is on Eternal Empire. This is Control is still building up his units, but Kiwian, he's almost maxed out. He can start banking up his resources and just start going for attacks willy-nilly. That's pretty huge.
Too much gas.
Oh. Oh no.
Need some lactose in there.
Oh.
You gotta build up 3,000 gas and it's nothing to do with it. There's no, you can't make anything with it.
You can make Marines.
Yeah, it doesn't have the minerals. Oh, we don't have the.
Right,
I'm trying to see the resource, the income tab, but it's not.
That's only in game part.
Yeah.
All right, air advantage here. Control is starting to try to take it, but move commanding a little bit too much. Kiwian gonna be able to take control of the skies here and take control of the positioning. These tanks of Control aren't in position to take out anything.
Yeah, he is moving out against Kiwian though. He's coming from behind.
Alright, here comes another base trade. These tanks are on siege. These tanks are on siege. Still, these tanks are on siege.
Yeah, but he's a planetary fortress, so you can't really push into that base comfortably.
No, you cannot, but you can't push into the main, but this is the heart of the production.
Yeah, but Kiwian does have some forces here, and he's bringing all of his forces back home, so he's going to be able to defend this again, while at the same time attacking Control's third base.
This is the real base race right now, the base trade Steel. This is what I was really looking for.
I don't think this is a trade, though.
Probably not. Kiwian or Control is all up in Kiwian's face right now. But Kiwian does not really have much. He's buying a lot of time. He did take out the fresh mining base of Control in that third.
Kiwian takes one of Control's bases and defends his own. It did lose some production facilities, but it still has some production going on, and he can replace all of that. So all in all, I think he got way ahead in this trade. He still has 5 bases. and some of them are planetary fortresses, so they are going to be a little more defensible. He still has his army. This is looking good for Kiwian so far.
Indeed,
and it still has that gas bank that he can't use.
Yeah, once again, to echo back into the first game, Control might have taken out quite a number of infrastructure, but Kiwian, he has the resources to rebuild them.
He didn't have enough Marines here, though.
No, he did not. Control, he lost a lot of Marines there, but again, a lot of infrastructure.
Yeah, that was a lot of tanks that Kiwian just lost here. He's lost about 5 or 6 tanks.
He does have the gas bank,
barely any damage.
But he does not have the minerals to make use of it.
Yeah, this is going to go down to Marines versus Marines eventually.
I think Control might have just come out on top here.
Yeah. Yeah, Kiwian is pulling the boys. That's
a sign of desperation. So many dead SCVs. Yeah. These Marines are not going to do too much. Good fanning or good spread.
I mean, he doesn't have the tanks to actually defend this, and he can't lose this base.
So Steel,
he sacrifices the SCVs.
So Steel, you know what we were talking about how Kiwian did not have the infrastructure, but he had the resources. Well, he kind of has neither now.
Well, but Yaku, look at that.
Mules are pretty good.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Thank you. Do I have to prompt you to talk about mules now, Yaku? What's wrong with you? What have you become?
I'm trying to, I don't want to stagnate. I'm trying to go for growth.
Just drop the heavy mule here.
It's about character growth.
Oh, he's gonna get attack medevac again.
And that was the most important one, and all of these other medevacs are about to get taken out as well here. Nothing gonna be able to come out from Control. And once again, we're back in the stalemate.
The Stone Age, basically.
Essentially.
I mean, and here's the thing, Kiwian, even though he has less SCVs right now, he basically pulled all of his gas SCVs and sent them back to the minerals, and he actually has a good mineral income right now. It still has the gas bank. So he's in a pretty good position, does have the army supply advantage, he's rebuilding. He still has 5 bases, That's 5 SCVs every 30 seconds or so. So, you can rebuild your worker count on that pretty quickly.
That and mules.
And of course mules, pretty good. And now he actually has the higher mineral advantage, mineral income advantage.
Yeah, it looks like Kiwian, if he doesn't make too many mistakes, he should be able to consolidate his advantages.
By the way, people are still waiting on this game. We're 20 minutes in.
Look, man, it's a
I feel like we should have been a little more assertive when forcing the players to wait for other casters. Yeah.
I mean, if we knew Korean, it would probably have helped.
Yeah, there are mitigating circumstances. I don't like to be assertive towards players when when it's not our league to be running, but
right.
Yeah, in this case, yeah, we should. Yeah, it's a problem. The Thai tournament is waiting for these guys to finish their clown fiesta. Yeah, the quarterfinals are all waiting.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, we're gonna get our first finalist before this.
Vivaldi is in the quarterfinals, man.
Yeah. Took out Joey.
Waiting on Jim Rising going up against Sinner in a Mexican derby.
Have we really gotten to the point where there's nothing going on in stalemate that we talk about the rest of the bracket?
I mean, there's a lot going on, but it's the same thing that's been going on for 20 minutes, so it's...
Alright, well... Kiwian has lost an orbital, and that's actually really huge. At this stage of the game, losing an orbital is actually really huge. It's at the point where, as you were saying, Kiwian needed as many SCVs being produced, but the fact that it was an orbital means that when you get to the later stage of the game, and when you are sacking SCVs... You have less mules, exactly. That could come back to bite Kiwian, but it's not really over yet. It's not that decisive for Control.
Control does not enjoy a good doom drop. Control just doom drops. It just does it. It's not enjoyable.
Why
it's
not?
just what it does.
Look, he doesn't do it for anyone else's enjoyment. He does it for himself.
Yeah. Ooh, but look at how many Vikings Control has this time.
Yeah,
Oh, they both have a lot of Vikings. So they finally made Vikings.
And Kiwian actually has 2 more than Control.
I think they finally realized what TvT is all about.
Yeah, they finally decided, you know what? Why go for drops when I can take air advantage? I think your boss is calling.
No, I'm not supposed to start working until
Aha! Right, here comes another push in from Control, or from Kiwian. This is pretty much just a Viking tank army, the good old mech composition from 2013. Yeah, we gotta get another base race here, Steel. Get ready for it. Here comes a stim in, but neither player really wants to commit too much. Kiwian Control does have the tanks here, but this is a lot of Marines for Control. He does not want to lose his buffer.
I mean, Kiwian does have the IR army supply. He has quite a few more Marines, a couple of more tanks. Oh, here comes the air war though. Who's going to win that?
Kiwian.
Looks like Kiwian has slightly more.
He has the ship. Yeah, he has the ship weapons advantage as well as the army count advantage. Here comes the stim in with the Marines and Control. He lost his Marine buffer, coming in from multiple angles, and now the Vikings are gonna land, and this is gonna be it from Control's army aggression. And he just doesn't have the resources to rebuild that.
Oh, apparently all the other casters are casting, so we're fine. Our conscience can be clear. Speaking of conscience, Kiwian is about to
consciously
commit a crime against humanity and destroy Control. Because look at the tank difference number. Kiwian has 12 tanks, Control has 4. Just Kiwian
has
just
8 Vikings. Control has 4.
He's gonna siege up this planetary fortress between the 4th and the 5th base. Control is long distance mining from the 6th base location.
But here comes a spearhead from Control, trying to push into Kiwian, but
that means all of his tanks are here though.
It does. That means that Control has no defenses back at home. And this is the base race.
Yeah, there goes the planetary fortress that was to a long distance mining from all the way somewhere else. The another base is going to go down here.
Like
it looks like this is Kiwian's game. Control is just running around and he can't punch through. Oh, he's gonna get the army scout.
It's gonna be in the middle of the map. And this is a much bigger army right now for Control. For Kiwian.
Does siege first, but the
Kiwian
Vikings
is moving in from 2 angles.
Yeah, this is
and
going
that's
out.
it.
It's gonna be GG.
I said that's it. GG has been called. Come on, phone. And after a long series, man, oh man.
Oh boy. So it's Kiwian 2. Oh, you're asking.
Oh, right. I mean, if
you're typing faster than I am.
Yeah. Apparently, wow.
Okay, so Kiwian is going to go up against Probe.
Yep, that he will.
There we go. So, and remember, Solar is already waiting in the quarterfinals for this.
For the winner of this, yeah.
And Kiwian, I'm guessing he's not going to get a break here.
Unfortunately. But that's just the way it goes sometimes.